Hello everyone and welcome to this review, and it will be Saga Volume 3 by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. This volume features chapters 13 to 18 of the Saga series. Yes. If you don't know the premise, I've already reviewed Saga volumes 1 and 2. So on volume 1, I talked about the premise. But to say it in a nutshell, it is about these two, Marco and Alana, and falling in love. They're from warring planets. Well, I keep saying planets, but he's from the moon of the planet that she's from. The moon is called Wreath, the planet is called Landfall. They're warring creatures, species, and they're identified by their horns and their wings. Wings are from Landfall, horns are from Wreath. They have a daughter, that's not her, and that's not Alana. They have a daughter named Hazel, a baby, and that's how the first series starts. The first volume starts. This continues directly from the ending, actually, a few days before the ending of volume 2. And leads up to how they got to the place that they were at the end of volume 2. In this one, a few things are concluded, a few story arcs are concluded or kind of put on the back burner, or at least it's like we'll get back to this at another time kind of thing. But they end up spending some time on a planet inhabited by the author of Alana's favorite novel. And the novel is somewhat of a satirical, not even satirical, I don't even know what you would call it, but the novel is the author's way of giving a message to the world that, war is not the answer, you can live in peace, and kind of influence these two to fall in love. And that's very dangerous for in the eyes of the planets, especially because it contradicts this whole like, oh, we need to be fighting and whatever. We need to. Obviously, there's some kind of. I'm not there yet. I haven't gotten that far into like the plot yet, but there's some kind of agenda behind this war, and certain parties do not want these two to be discovered. They don't want the populations to realize that they don't need to be fighting each other for whatever reason. That being said, it seems very deep, but there's a lot of comedy involved. And there's a lot of action, and it's definitely not for kids. It's definitely not for children. It's an adult-themed book. There are adult themes in it. There's violence and sexual content. So if you're under the age of 18, don't read it. Anyway, so Volume 3 kind of picks up and concludes a lot of, not concludes, but it takes... This is how I will say it. It seems that the stories are gonna go one way, and then as it happens, it looks like, oh wait, it's going in a different direction, which is interesting. And yeah, I don't know what to say really. Like, there's some cool segments. Like, look, there's like a black and white segment here. This is kind of the this is not typical of how the book looks, actually, but I thought it was a cool section of artwork. But here you go. That's a little more common, right? And I said this, I'm going to say this one more time. I said this in the second one, and I'm going to say it again because more and more I'm getting attached to these characters. They feel real. They feel fleshed out. And as these chapters get released, the author and the artist are doing a great job of giving them so much depth and so much character, I guess, that like they interact. It's like they're normal people, even though obviously they're fictional and they're from fantasy lands and outer space. They feel real. They have real personalities. They all have their own personality. They're not just like dry and cut and dry characters. Like the mother-in-law or Marco's mother is very edgy, for example. The babysitter, ghost girl, whatever, she has like this teenage angst, but at the same time some levels of wisdom because she's experienced death. Alana's more of like the, how do I put it? Like, she's like the kid almost. She's not a kid. She's an adult woman, but she's more of like, I guess the one learning the lessons a little bit more. Marco is more of the stoic, heroic, pacifist kind of guy. However, he can have his moments too. And then like they have this like raw love for each other that seems incorruptible for now. And yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I really enjoy this series. I said it already many times. I'll probably say it many more times. Check it out. Check it out. Volume 1, 2, 3, whatever. I've read up to 4 now. I intend to read all the rest. And I hope to keep reading them as they are released. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you like my content, if you want to see more reviews of books or comic books, things of that nature. Please comment any books or comics you recommend I read. And please like this video if you liked it. See you guys next time, and take care.